Morning, this is Single Again for the First Time, Mini-Cast 3. I'm Vincent Truman, this is Chicago, Illinois. It's also March 10th, 2013. Hiya! First, big shout out to my bro Scott for sending me some specialized coffee, which is an amazing coffee product. It's so good I want to smoke it. Oh, it's good. It is really good. I can't say any more about that because I can't, but it's worth saying out loud. So I've been awake about a half an hour now. I actually jolted myself out of a dream, which is, I think, maybe the first time I've done that. I was in the dream, I was in a house. You know, you're always in some house. And some very former significant other walked in the door. And she looked great, so I took her aside, and I felt myself getting weepy, and I said something like, no matter what happened, I just want to say that I'm sorry that I couldn't, make you happy. And I jolted myself out of sleep. I was like, if 2013 is going to be one thing for me, it's going to be not being a bitch for somebody else's feelings. Just can't really do that. I can be respectful and empathetic and like to get favor and stuff like that, but I can't be a bitch anymore. That's just not going to work. And the dream, annoyingly enough, followed some spotty insomnia tonight. It was kind of like up and down and up and down. And I woke up at 2 and then thought, oh yeah. And I moved the clocks forward an hour. Then it was 3, and I thought, oh, good. It'll be one less hour that I'm trying to get to sleep. And as I'm lying there not sleeping, I think, God, I wish I could do that at work. Hey, Vincent, we have to have a meeting on such and such a topic. Move the clock. Sorry, man, it's 5. Talk to you tomorrow. I would love to be the god of time, as opposed to a time lord. I would just like to kind of control it, but they're instantly. I think there's like some family in Nepal that's like trying to cultivate fields and stuff like that, and then the hours keep on moving, usually forward and then back several weeks, because of shame and regret and things like that. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense, really. So in the dating pool, this is going to get a little meta here. And this is odd to talk about, but I'm still going to talk about it anyway, because that's what this whole thing's all about. So, kind of have audibly met, and I've been kind of texting with this individual who I'm looking forward to meeting, and it's a she, in case my mom is listening. Mom always thought I had a little AC/DC to me, but, whatever. They're not always right, folks. Mothers are not always right, but I'm very much DC. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so there's this individual who I've been kind of texting with and stuff like that. And we had a great chat on Thursday, and then Friday she sends me an email, or we exchange a couple of emails, and in my email I've got my name in it, full name. And she writes back and says, I just Googled you. You're everywhere. Are you going to write a blog about, if we go out and whatever, we can... Blah, blah. And I said, no, I'm not even going to mention you on the podcast. Actually, I didn't say that, which is good, because then it would have been a lie, and it would be very obvious it's a lie, because, I'm talking about it a little bit. So that's kind of strange, but just to put the word out there, even internet superstars like me need human contact. Odd thing I've been doing this week, and I'm not sure why. It's kind of like growing a beard for me. It's like every once in a while I go through like very old footage, very old audio recordings. In this case, like stuff that I've been digging up from the 1970s. I used to have a little Panasonic tape recorder, and I'd hit play and record, and I'd record these sketches, which are not good. at all. But I mean, they're amusing because it's a 10-year-old me attempting to be funny. That part is funny, but the text and all that is just the boy needs an editor, basically. But yeah, I've been going through those, and that's yeah, it's interesting to see the differences and the similarities. Biggest thing I see when I'm watching the footage or listening to the audio stuff is, wow, like kid had hope. Um, I'd like to warn him, but then I think, no, I don't want to warn him. Let him have as much fun as he can while he can. Real life will catch up with him sooner or later. And I'm looking at I'm looking at this kid, which is me, and I'm seeing like all these like little sad little traits that kind of make the paper now, or make the papers now, but not so much then. It's like I remember, like, the nonverbal communication. I was like really spotty at that, and I was really iffy on like making friends. I can make a couple of friends, but when you're a kid, you choose friends based on almost size. You're the same height as me. We'll be friends. There's not that kind of adult stigma of, are you going to screw me over? I don't know if I can get close to you. That kind of thing that kind of comes later. But as a kid, I could only make a couple of friends, and I loved comedy records, but I would listen to the comedy records. I wouldn't laugh at them. I never laughed at, what did I listen to? Monty Python or Cheech and Chong, or if I was feeling daring, George Carlin, because George Carlin was very scary to me as a kid, because he had long hair and a beard, and it was frightening. And, I remember having like empathy issues and stuff like that. And a lot of these traits, and I don't know if I am or if I'm not. I mean, I'm not going to get myself diagnosed at this stage in the game. But they're very kind of like autistic personality traits. And I came to kind of see them a little close up in the my former in-laws, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, have a kid who has, doesn't pick up on the nonverbal stuff. Is very much what I described my younger self as. And as I'm watching the footage, I'm actually, I got a little pissed off. It was a little bittersweet, because when you see those traits in a kid, you go, oh, yeah, see, well, there's, his brain is taking different pathways and da-da-da-da-da. But when you have those traits as an adult, nobody seems to like be able to like snap to and go, oh, that's what's up with him. And, the irony is the aunt of the ex-in-law kid, otherwise known as the ex-wife, was like, could not wait to call me an asshole enough, which people with autistic personality traits kind of are. But I guess the whole choose your friends because of their size thing, that kind of holds true. It's easy to bypass that stuff as a kid, or if you're looking at a kid. But when they become adults, fuck them. They had their time to be cute and have autistic personality traits, but now, no. Rejecto, whatever. I don't know if even that makes sense, but it did lead me back to why I'm doing these particular podcasts. And the whole purpose of doing the podcast is, instead of just kind of like reacting to what life is tossing at me, so I'm taking everything in, and I'm trying to process it and compress it and stuff like that, and make sense in my own head, and then just vomit it onto tape. Actually, it's not tape anymore, is it? Vomit it onto bites of nano genes. I don't know. But that's what this is all about. So, on with the day. Hope you guys have a wonderful one. And as the kids say, if they say it even at all anymore, peace out.